The death of King Æthelwulf of Wessex in 858, a turning point in Anglo-Saxon England. The death of King Æthelwulf of Wessex in 858 was a defining moment in the history of Anglo-Saxon England. As a ruler, Æthelwulf was instrumental in stabilizing and advancing Wessex, a kingdom that would become central to the eventual unification of England. His death not only marked the end of a notable reign, but also set the stage for significant political and military developments, particularly in the face of escalating Viking invasions and the emergence of his son Alfred the Great as one of history's most celebrated monarchs. Æthelwulf's legacy reflects a balance of strategic foresight, religious devotion, and diplomatic ingenuity that shaped the trajectory of early English history. Early life and path to kingship. Æthelwulf, born circa 795, was the son of King Egbert of Wessex. Egbert's reign was notable for consolidating much of southern England under Wessex's influence, and Æthelwulf's early years were shaped by this legacy. As a young prince, he likely received education in governance, military strategy, and Christian theology, which would profoundly influence his reign. Egbert entrusted Æthelwulf with the sub-kingship of Kent, an important administrative and military position that allowed him to demonstrate his abilities as a leader. This role not only provided invaluable experience in governance but also helped to solidify Wessex's dominance in southern England. When Egbert died in 839, Æthelwulf ascended the throne of Wessex during a period of growing Viking activity along the English coasts, a challenge that would define much of his reign. Æthelwulf's early reign was marked by his efforts to consolidate the gains of his father while preparing the kingdom for the trials ahead. Governance and policies. Æthelwulf's reign was marked by a dual focus on military preparedness and religious devotion. Recognizing the persistent threat posed by Viking raids, Æthelwulf fortified Wessex's defenses and maintained a strong military presence. His efforts ensured that Wessex remained a bastion of resistance against Viking incursions. These initiatives included bolstering local militias, establishing effective communication networks, and investing in the construction of fortifications, a strategy that would later be expanded upon by his successors. The military reforms he implemented set a standard for future defense measures and provided a blueprint for regional stability. Equally significant was Æthelwulf's commitment to the church, which he viewed as a stabilizing force in society. His devout Christian faith was evident in his generosity toward religious institutions. Æthelwulf's devotion to the church was not merely symbolic, it played a critical role in fostering unity and moral order within his realm. His extensive patronage of monasteries and the establishment of new ecclesiastical institutions underscored his commitment to ensuring that Christianity remained central to the cultural and political life of Wessex. In 855, Æthelwulf undertook a pilgrimage to Rome, a journey that underscored his piety and reinforced Wessex's ties to the broader Christian world. During his visit, he made substantial donations to the church and sought blessings for his kingdom, actions that enhanced his reputation both at home and abroad. Diplomacy and marriage. Æthelwulf's pilgrimage had broader political implications. On his return, he married Judith, the daughter of Charles the Bald, king of the West Franks. This alliance with the Carolingian Empire was a diplomatic coup, aligning Wessex with one of the most powerful Christian kingdoms of the time. The marriage also symbolized Æthelwulf's vision of Wessex as a key player in a unified Christian Europe. The union not only elevated Wessex's political status but also had long-term cultural and dynastic implications, as it brought Carolingian traditions and influences into the Anglo-Saxon court. Judith's lineage and her connection to the Frankish court enriched the cultural sophistication of Wessex and influenced the future trajectory of its royal family. Judith's presence in Wessex challenged traditional Anglo-Saxon views on queenship, as she was crowned and anointed as queen during her marriage, a practice that was unprecedented in Wessex at the time. This act reflected Æthelwulf's intent to project an image of divine legitimacy and royal authority, aligning Wessex more closely with continental traditions. Furthermore, Judith's prominence at court demonstrated a shift in the perception of royal women, signaling an evolving political culture influenced by Carolingian norms. Challenges to authority. Despite his accomplishments, Æthelwulf faced significant internal challenges. While he was in Rome, his eldest son, Æthelbald, sought to consolidate power in his absence. This led to a division of the kingdom upon Æthelwulf's return, with Æthelbald ruling Wessex while Æthelwulf governed Kent and neighboring territories. The arrangement reflected the complexities of succession in Anglo-Saxon England, where rivalries among heirs often led to political fragmentation. This division highlighted the inherent vulnerabilities within a system reliant on familial cooperation and underscored the importance of strategic compromise. Æthelwulf's decision to avoid direct conflict with Æthelbald demonstrated his pragmatism. By compromising with his son, he preserved the kingdom's overall stability, even though it highlighted the difficulties of maintaining unity in the face of both external and internal pressures. This episode also illustrated the delicate balance of power within royal families, where personal ambition often intersected with broader concerns of governance and defense. Æthelwulf's response to this internal strife was indicative of his broader approach to leadership, one that prioritized long-term stability over short-term conflict. Death and legacy. King Æthelwulf died in 858 and was buried in Steyning, Sussex. His death marked a period of transition for Wessex, as his sons grappled with the challenges of succession and the increasing Viking threat. Æthelwulf's reign left a lasting legacy of resilience and strategic foresight that would underpin the achievements of his successors, particularly his youngest son, Alfred the Great. Under Æthelwulf's rule, Wessex had become a well-defended and politically stable kingdom, capable of withstanding the Viking onslaught that plagued much of England. His emphasis on fortifications, alliances, and the promotion of Christianity provided a foundation for Alfred's later successes, including his eventual efforts to unite England under one rule. Æthelwulf's policies also demonstrated a forward-thinking approach to diplomacy, as evidenced by his ties with the Carolingian Empire and his efforts to integrate continental practices into the governance of Wessex. The cultural and political advancements initiated during Æthelwulf's reign had far-reaching implications, shaping the evolution of governance and society in the region. By fostering strong ties with the Church, Æthelwulf helped to establish a moral and spiritual framework that would guide the kingdom through turbulent times. His emphasis on education and religious devotion would later influence Alfred's own reforms, including the promotion of learning and the translation of key texts into Old English. Æthelwulf's reign demonstrated the transformative potential of a ruler who understood the interconnectedness of military strength, cultural vitality, and religious integrity. Conclusion. The death of King Æthelwulf in 858 was a watershed moment for Wessex and Anglo-Saxon England. His reign exemplified the qualities of effective leadership, balancing military preparedness, religious devotion, and diplomatic skill. While his passing posed challenges for his successors, it also set the stage for the remarkable achievements of the House of Wessex. Through his policies and vision, Æthelwulf laid the groundwork for the eventual unification of England and secured his place as a pivotal figure in the history of the Anglo-Saxon period. His reign serves as a testament to the enduring power of strategic foresight, religious faith, and the pursuit of unity in the face of adversity. Æthelwulf's story is not merely one of a king contending with immediate challenges, but of a visionary leader who helped shape the foundations of a nation. Thanks for listening. Like, comment, and subscribe to Medieval Chronicles 1066 for more journeys back to the Middle Ages. Stay curious.